Hello everyone, thanks so much for coming back and joining me this evening. If you're new to my YouTube channel, my name is Julie. You're really welcome to be here. Now, I'm really excited. Today I went and seen a movie that was in my top 6, most anticipated movies for this year. I actually did a video a while back called 6 movies I'm anticipating for 2019 or something like that. And this was in it. The Curse of Llorona. I went to see it this afternoon and wow. What a movie. Just to let you know, guys, this is actually a spoiler-free movie review. Spoiler-free movie? Spoiler-free movie review. So I'm not going to be, ruining anything or anything like that. So if you haven't seen this film and you're interested in going and seeing it and, finding out, my thoughts on it and what it was like watching it and everything and what the characters and everything were like in it, then let's just get this movie review started. So the Curse of Llorona actually means the curse of the weeping woman, and it's based on an urban myth. And I do know a good bit about Llorona, which is one of the reasons why I wanted to go and see this movie. But another reason, which I'll be speaking more on in this video, is this was produced by the very talented Jameswan, and it was directed by Michael Chaves. Now, going on to Jameswan. He has done so many good movies. I am always, I really do trust in him. Look at the spectacular job he did on Aquaman. I thought so anyways. I love so many of his movies, especially to watch around Halloween. Like you've got The Conjuring 2, Insidious. He also did Annabelle. He also did The Nun, which I watched about 2 or 3 months ago. Now, The Nun is actually based before The Conjuring 2, which is actually based on a character in the movie The Conjuring 2. Now, if I had to sort of give you a rough idea, people who are followers of Jameswan's work and who like things like The Conjuring and things like that, also just to let you know, I'm sure a lot of people already know this, but I certainly knew this anyway because I'm a big fan of Jameswan and his movies. But this movie, The Curse of Llorona, is actually within the Conjuring universe. Now, I find it a bit strange because I have heard apparently a couple of people saying that they don't really like that. I'm a bit confused at what you mean by that because, these are the type of sort of movies Jameswan does, and I don't really know what to say. I'm kind of confused at that, in my opinion. But what I wanted to say was, if I had to sort of say, to give you a rough idea, if you've been following his movies, I did like The Nun. I did like it. But I think that this movie was better than The Nun. But I don't think this movie was as good as some of his other work like Insidious and The Conjuring and The Conjuring 2. But it's kind of in the middle, very close to as good as The Conjuring and Insidious, not there. But I do absolutely love Insidious and that, so it's kind of hard to beat anyways. And those movies made a ton of money, especially The Conjuring and all that, right? But anyways, let's get on to this. It opened up in Mexico in 1673, and then we'll go forward 300 years, but sorry, before I get there, guys. When they're in Mexico in 1673, you see a Mexican bride who is, by the way, actually Llorona. I'm not actually reading this. This is the opening credits, guys, of this movie. Then, as I was saying, we'll fast forward 300 years to 1973 to LA, Los Angeles, and to the home of a mother called Anna and her 2, pretty young kids. Now, the mum, Anna, she's the lead female role in this movie. She did a fantastic job. Her name is Linda Cardellini. I hope I have pronounced her name right, guys. I have people's names and some notes wrote down. Hope you won't mind. But in case you don't know who she is, if you've seen the movie Daddy's Home with Will Ferrell, she's actually Will Ferrell's wife in that. But I'm going to let you know there is an Easter egg in this movie, and you wouldn't know the Easter egg unless you you know a bit about this actress, but I know of her and I've watched a lot of her movies and I really like her. She actually plays Velma in the live action of Scooby-Doo. And the Easter egg that was in this movie, I noticed it straight away and I was laughing. It was so cool to have thrown that in there. Very cool. The kids were watching, I can't remember if it was one of her kids or both of her kids, but never mind, was watching the cartoon version of Scooby-Doo on the TV. So I thought that was, you know, a really cool thing to throw in there. I really like Easter eggs and things like that. Now, Anna is a widow and a single mother, and she works as a social worker. And, you know, this is all like, it tells you it all at the start of the film, so not ruining anything. And she's investigating a case of a mother and her young children. Now, in case anybody didn't know, Llorona drowned her own children. Just in case, you know, you don't know who, you know, Llorona is, just a small bit about her. And what you sort of see in this film is she can actually latch on to, you know, children, and you get to see this in the movie. The only thing that I would sort of say as like a bit of a, not so much a flaw, but just kind of something that would have made this movie even better than what it already was, because I thought it was a fantastic movie. I really enjoyed it. I was really happy. Really happy at how well it turned out. But I kind of feel like they could have, how can I explain this? They could have maybe went a bit deeper, you know, with the whole sort of like storytelling of the tale of Llorona's character. That was just my kind of thought when I came out of the movie. But even saying that, I still loved the movie. But I'm just saying, you know, if I had to really nitpick, I would say maybe should have maybe focused a bit more on going a wee bit deeper. I'm not saying like hugely deeper or anything like that, but maybe just a little. The two young kids that were in this movie as leads, along with the mother Anna, I thought they played their roles really well. You know, they're two great, you know, young kid actors. You know, I don't actually have an issue with any of the characters in this film, and you know, there is some other characters as well, obviously, in the movie, but it's, you know, mainly based on, obviously, the mum and the kids and yada yada. I'm sure you could kind of grasp that from the trailers anyways. But I don't really want to sort of delve too much in, guys. I don't want to go too crazy into this because, you know, it is a spoiler free, and there's things that maybe might be better for you to actually just see and see certain characters, you know, when you watch it. But, you know, I got shivers watching this, seriously, guys. Even though there was a part that was in the trailer, and I did a trailer reaction, and I was like really shivering, guys, seriously. And I shivered even more in the cinema at the same part and other parts as well. The creepy hands, you know, going in. There's this like young the daughter in it, right? The young kid, Anna's daughter. She's in the bathtub and, you know, she's washing her hair, and then the hands just come in and start massaging, you know, her hair, you know, washing her hair. And that was already in the trailer, so I'm not spoiling anything or giving anything away. But oh my goodness, I was like, oh, like this the whole time. And that wasn't the only time I got that. I did get shivers throughout the movie, you know, shock factor wise, you know, shock scenes and all that there. Really good. You know, it did definitely get me like, oh, sort of thing. And you know the way you sort of like feel like a little sort of like weird like feeling in your throat, like when you get, you know, sort of like scared about something. But one thing that I really enjoyed was, even in those moments, it was also scary but enjoyable, because like I really respected the like how it was done so well, if that makes sense. And honestly, the actress that played Anna, Linda, like, she was really good, you know, and she really made me believe, you know, that what she was going through, and it seemed really realistic. And something that really stood out for me was the imagery and the visuals, and, you know, how they sort of played around with things, and, you know, how they captured it, all the different camera angles they used, the way they went about it, basically. I thought it was really clever, and I really liked it. I've watched a couple of reviews since I came home, and I'll not say who, but it kind of sounds like they're just trashing the movie, you know, saying like, oh, it's a predictable, you know, scary movie and yada yada yada. Do you know what? I loved the movie, and you know, if you like the likes of The Conjuring and The Nun and things like that, and Insidious and all them type of movies, and you like Jameswan and you have trust in Jameswan, honestly, I would say personally, this is only my opinion, go and see the gosh darn movie, because it is a really good movie. And you know what, guys, I really enjoyed myself. And Linda Cardellini, who played the mum in this, she was a lead character in it. And you know what? She kicked ass. You know, she came across as a strong character and she's a great actress. And, you know, of course, you know, this movie, you know, wasn't full of any, you know, stupid nonsense, you know, like most movies are these days. So it's great, you know, to go and see movies and not be sort of worried. And I did already have confidence in Jameswan before I went and seen that. And, you know, Linda Cardellini, she is in, you know, pretty good movies, like, you know, so that was already promising as it was. Llorona, she looked great visually, very freaky. There's something really cool with her at the end as well. Don't want to get into that, you know, you'll see that when you see that. There's so many parts of the movie that I just really did like. I really did like. There was a small amount of jokes, you know, maybe a few. There was one in there that to look out for that kind of reminded me, I'll not actually tell you the joke, but it kind of reminded me of something that the Ancient One said to Doctor Strange in the movie Doctor Strange. And if you've seen Doctor Strange, just listen out and keep your ears open and then get back to me and you know, maybe let me know if you knew what it meant, but maybe not on this video because we don't want to ruin it for anybody. Leave it in one of my recent videos. And if you have seen this, do not spoil it for anybody in the comment section down below. And one last thing I need to say as well, the priest in this movie, Father Perez, right? He's actually the same priest that is in Annabelle. And because I really enjoyed watching this movie, I'm going to rate it out of 10. Now, when I came out of the cinema, I was kind of thinking like an 8 out of 10. But now that I've kind of had a bit of time to think about it, and as I was saying, you know, I think they could have, you know, dove a wee bit in there more, and, you know, just sort of, if Jameswan ever sees this, you're so talented, and the movie was fantastic. But as a small nitpick, I would say maybe I've went a wee bit more, dove in a wee bit more with the, you know, depth of the character of Llorona. But other than that, visually, brilliant. She scared the heck out of me. Not gonna lie, probably give it as a final score like a 7.5, but definitely delving more into the 8. It probably is an 8 out of 10, guys. It probably is. So about a 7.5 or an 8 out of 10. I would say, yeah. Yeah, I mean, I really didn't have any issues with this movie other than, you know, to be fair, it wasn't like out of this world or anything, but it was absolutely fantastic. And Jameswan is so talented at what he does. I am beyond excited for Aquaman 2 coming out. I know it's going to be a while, but I don't mind that because, you know, Star Wars is rushing things and, you know, look at the mess that's direction that's going in. Jameswan's got the right idea, and you know what? He really does take the time. I've said this before. Jameswan comes across as a perfectionist, and that's the best way to be. And do you want to know what, guys? Like, if I was like a movie company or something like that, I would have him on the top of my books along with James Cameron. Seriously, like, I'd be like, Jameswan, please work on as many movies for my company as you can because he's awesome. But anyways, guys, visually it was awesome, cinematography wise it was great. There's a tiny, also another nitpick before I go, I would say the CGI at the end scene, one of the end scenes, I would say Jameswan, you could have maybe tuned it a wee bit better, but it was still great. Should even really be saying that. It was still great, but I think it could have been a wee bit better. And that's only such a tiny nitpick because it was still looked really good, looked fantastic, really amazing. But I would just say I was kind of expecting it to be slightly better in a specific scene at the end. But other than that, great movie, great plot, great story, but could have been a bit deeper in the tale of her character Llorona itself, because, you know, it is called The Curse of Llorona. So there is my honest happy review, it's definitely a positive, of the movie The Curse of Llorona. And I hope that you liked it, guys. And other than that, thanks so much for watching. Thanks for all the kind words of support, really means a lot. And until my next video, don't forget that the Force will be with you always. Bye, guys.